Welcome to another episode of OG55. Today, we're talking all about Universal Studios Hollywood. I got the Italiana with me today. We got some Fast and Furious Hollywood drift news today that blew our minds. And we're going to show you what we're talking about. We're going to talk about it, break it down. Up next on OG55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. I'm joined by the one, the only, the Italiano. We are today talking all about Fast and Furious Hollywood drift. Universal dropped a big one on us today. Really cool stuff. Before we dive into that, though, George, it's always good to see you, my friend. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Absolutely. And likewise, I love doing these shows with you, bro. And of course, yes, you can find me right here on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner. With all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info. And you can also find me on my new YouTube channel, Citrico Central, sister channel to Orange Grove 55.
There he is. All right, let's talk about this Universal Hollywood drop. I have a bunch of different things we're going to show. First and foremost, though, we are going to watch the official trailer for this. This is pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and watch it, and then we'll talk about it and break it all down. Here we go.
Sweet.
What? Okay, hold on. We got to watch that one more time. We got to watch this. Hold on one sec, George. That was insane. Here we go. What the dude? Wow, man. Okay, so these are the cars in action. This is kind of crazy, George. Like, this looks like a lot of fun, actually. I said I wouldn't go.
Come on, just a couple beers, you'll be fine.
You're right, a couple beers, a Xanax or two, and I'll be good to go, bro. Right? No, this is absolutely insane. I mean, this is like I wasn't expecting this, and what I mean by that was I wasn't expecting it to be Radiator Springs racers like size vehicles, like on the track. Did that surprise you?
It did, because I actually touched upon this a little bit with Citrico Central. I didn't really get into full detail. I just wanted to give my first reaction to everything. So now I get to really deep dive into discussing this with you. First and foremost, I have to say with the trailer is done really well. And what I love what they did with it, because anytime you think of something Fast and the Furious and you see a roller coaster, you think, okay, well, how did they kind of tie in together? But I love how they show how the cars are on the streets and how the cars on the track mimics what is going on the street. So when you see that tight turn and you hear the screeching, that's when you see the car kind of doing that the revolving turn. On the track. And I love how they kind of mesh that in together, because it does kind of get a little bit lost in translation of okay, why would you see a Fast and the Furious in a roller coaster form? But to your question, it completely threw me off guard, because I mentioned how they did with Rock and Roller Coaster. It was supposed to be like a super stretch limo. Right. And it does have the qualities of a limo, but you still see that roller coaster built to it. This does not. This actually looks like, you're sitting in a Radiator Springs racer's car and they attach it on a roller coaster track.
I'm telling you, bro. And the way they did this with the turns, when the turns bank, The car literally drifts, and I mean, it is really, really well done, man. I'm telling you, this coaster is going to put Universal Hollywood on the map for coaster enthusiasts.
Absolutely. Now, if you wouldn't mind, if you can go back to where it shows the cars on the track again, does it show, is the harness come down over you, or is it still like a bar, like a lap bar?
Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a good shot of it. Give me 1 second, everybody. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see.
It kind of looked like.
Is there a harness?
No,
I don't think there is.
I think it's like just a lap bar.
But how would it be a lap bar?
Yeah.
I mean, don't you go upside down?
Well, here's the thing. There are some roller coasters that you can kind of get away with it not being like a full harness. Depends on the degree of the turn of the kind of like the upside down. It's almost like you're upside down, but you're not. It just is the angle of the track.
Right.
If that is the case where it is not a pull down harness, you're really going to be pulling in some G's, because Cosmic Rewind doesn't have that. They have the lap bar. Now with Cosmic Rewind, you don't go upside down.
Right.
But if that's the case, you're really going to be pulling some G's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now here's the other thing too. This is just like a schematic, like CGI kind of to get a feel for what it's going to be like. It's very possible that it will be over the shoulder, but they didn't add that in here. Actually, you know what? We can find out right now. Give me 1 second. Because we have this from this is Mr. Theme Park Wizard, friend of the channel. Make sure everybody subscribes to Mr. Theme Park Wizard. He is an amazing dude, really good friend of ours. He actually has, give me just a second here, the vehicle. He posted it. So the vehicles, number one, are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this is absolutely gorgeous. But you're right, George. There is no over-the-shoulder restraint. You are just buckled in, bro. There's a lap bar. Yeah, you can even see, I think you can even see the lap bar for the back row, like right behind here, right? Where you pull it down.
Oh, shit, man.
Damn, dude. That's going to be insane. Absolutely insane. This is from the Universal Studios official Twitter account or X account. Get your first look at the Fast and Furious ride vehicle, the Dodge Charger, on display during Universal Mega Movie Summer, starting June 13th through August 10th. The vehicles are gorgeous, man. I mean, these look like a real car, man. It's not like a theme park. Like,
yeah, when I saw these, I thought like these are the vehicles. Like, it's a car. Like, this is something that you would see like on Test Track. Like,
I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, dare I say, even a little cooler than Test Track. You know,
it's true, yeah. Because I'll say this: the cars visually here is what you design for Test Track, but you don't actually get that in the end. It's just like the digital form.
Right.
Like now you actually get the physical form. Now, I also have a question for you. I'm not going to take credit for this question because I didn't actually think of it until he brought it up to me.
Okay.
This is actually coming from Mr. Webba. When he watched the little teaser and he saw the number of cars that are connected to one train, so to speak. How do you think that'll go operational wise if you're going to have 4 people per car and there's 4 cars per train? So you're looking at 16 people. Are they going to have like 6 to 8 of these out at once?
Yeah, no, probably not. So I mean, it might be a slow moving line, right? Is that what you're kind of thinking?
Yeah, I mean, that would be the only way. Like, if they could get 6 to 8 out, I don't know, like, as far as, like, how timing goes, because Universal is really good. I tell you, as I said, I've said this before, and I'm for sure Slimer would agree with me. Going on the Incredible Hulk coaster down in Orlando, you would think these team members worked for NASCAR. Like, literally, as soon as you sit down, you're gone. Like, they do all the safety checks, but of how they do it in record timing. So I don't know, because the track for me for Fast and Furious is so lengthy. I don't know. Maybe it is possible they can get maybe like 6 trains out at a time.
It's possible. Also, another thing I want to bring up too is, I mean, Fast and Furious as a franchise went from literally one of the worst attractions that I've ever seen with Supercharged to one of probably the best coasters ever created. And that's not hyperbole. I think this is probably going to be one of the best coasters ever created. I mean, the ride vehicles are gorgeous. It's a brilliant concept. This has potential, man. This has a lot of potential. So it's crazy to me, the quality gap between one franchise, two different attractions. Yeah, it's Supercharged, which is total dog shit, and this thing, which is going to be legendary. I'm telling you, I watched that video, man, and you know me, I'm not really big on coasters. It kind of like sold me a little bit. I'm like, fuck, man, I might have to do this thing, I'm telling you, bro, this looks amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Come on, just one time, and then you could take your Dramamine later.
Yeah, my Dramamine, right? Exactly. I'm telling you, this would be incredible. I don't know. I love the headlights too. I mean, the detail is crazy.
Can you imagine this thing at night?
Bro, and it's crazy to me because it goes over like the let me pull up that video again. Because it goes over the escalators and stuff, but they aim you down when you're going over it so you can see everything going on below you. See, this is what's cool about this coaster is that they're able to aim you like Cosmic Rewind in certain directions for a cooler effect. Yes. Right? So this is
right when you would feel it the most of going down the hill, that's when they're going to turn you.
Right.
And you're going to feel those G's. Now, as I said before, it almost feels like this is like the love child from Cosmic Rewind and Velocicoaster. But to his credit, also, Theme Park Wizard said it even goes a little bit faster than Velocicoaster, which I've been on Velocicoaster, and I can't imagine anything faster than that. But they said this thing is supposed to pull between like 72, 73 miles per hour.
Well, and even if it went the same speed with the turning, you would feel it like way more than Veloci.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because just the ride vehicles are completely different. And then also, too, I feel like Velocicoaster is more long, where this seems more high.
Yes, very much. What a cool attraction, man. I got to give credit to Universal like crazy for this. I mean, this is a really clever concept for this franchise. And you know what?
This is Prodigy, right? This was G Prodigy?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not really sure. Mr. Theme Park Wizard, if you're watching this, let us know down below. Was this G Prodigy, or anybody that knows? Comment down below. Because G Prodigy, I'm a big fan of his. He's a hit maker. He's an absolute hit maker. He did Velocicoaster. He did the Monsters Unchained over there at Epic Universe. If this is him too, man. Oh, geez. Yeah, this is crazy, dude. This is really crazy. But you know what? The fun thing about this as well is that Universal has a kind of personality, right? Like Universal's personality is explosions and like car chases and big dinosaurs and monsters. And like, that's like the branding for Universal. This franchise, whether you like the movies, whether you hate the movies, fits the Universal branding flawlessly. And this attraction, it has that Universal kind of like that bombastic, like loud thing to it, which it just fits perfect with what they do. You know what I'm saying?
It really does. And I can't wait for this myself. And I believe they said it still just says 2026. It doesn't have it doesn't give like a time frame if it's early 2026 or a specific month, but I'm assuming it's going to be pretty early than not, because I mean, the track is completely done. They're starting to do the testing of the vehicles. They showed us the vehicles, obviously. So my guess, I would think, would be like very early of 26.
Yeah. Unbelievable, man. Yeah. I mean, this is unbelievable. And it's cool too, because the way it's designed, right? So you're in literal cars, they don't even look, it doesn't even look like a roller coaster train. It looks like they took a car and they boom, put it on the track, right? Yeah. So you're sitting in an actual car. These things are going to drift with the turns and the banks. You're going to feel, I know technically it's a roller coaster on a track, but you're going to feel like you're going through like the city, like, skeet, skeet. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel like you're really driving on the road. It's gonna be kind of cool, you know?
And I feel like with this ride, especially with me, because I'm a thrill junkie and a roller
Yeah.
coaster aficionado, I guarantee you I'm probably gonna come off this thing and like, you know what, I'm ready to get back on it. Like this for me is probably gonna be like one of the top rides, like for me to go to Universal. I would gladly take the Uber over to LA just to do this.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Now we're hearing a lot of rumbles about Florida. Rip Ride Rocket is closing,
Yes.
and there's a lot of signs pointing to that being replaced with Ghostbusters. Now, after seeing what we're seeing here with Fast and Furious, putting Ecto 1 on that track like that would be freaking crazy, because then what you can do, you can turn the vehicle to aim it at a ghost and interact with, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Dude, I think this is going to spearhead, I think, future roller coasters in Universal. Because if this is what it actually shows, you're right. The Ecto 1 for Ghostbusters, that would then confirm that possibly at the Universal UK park for Back to the Future, putting the DeLorean on that, hitting 88 miles per hour. Like, oh man.
Bro.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
But we have enough road to get to 55, don't we? No, but in all seriousness, this is great stuff. And telling you, man, I really think that this little Hollywood park is gonna make a lot of waves with this attraction, and it has a bright future ahead of it. Like we talk to Theme Park Wizard a lot about this stuff, and they're really planning a lot for our little park in Hollywood, which is great. You know, it will never be Disneyland Resort. You're not going to have a multi-park experience here in Hollywood for Universal, at least not on this property. Maybe they'll build another park somewhere else in California, which would be kind of cool if they did. But I think what they're doing here with Universal Hollywood, with this attraction, and then the plans to really kind of invest like into a hotel and more attractions, I think this little park is really Universal's finally taking Hollywood seriously, and I think that's great because it's a special park. It really is. You can't. I was there this past weekend with our good friend Epic Berserker, you know, and we had a blast. But I mean, it's such a cool park where there's all these attractions, but then you have the tram tour, and you can learn a lot in terms about movie making, and you really feel like you're in Hollywood with all that stuff. That's a unique thing, man. You can't get that anywhere else. I mean, you used to be able to get that in Disney's Hollywood Studios, but I mean, that was like fake. It was a little bit on the fake side. I mean, it was like, it wasn't like, I don't know. I shouldn't say fake side. I mean, they did film stuff there like Adventures in Wonderland and Mickey Mouse Club, but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It felt a little manufactured.
There's so much more history behind Universal Studios Hollywood, because it's not even just Universal movies that were shot here. Even Disney utilized a lot at times. For Pirates of the Caribbean, they used the sound stages. It's, I don't know, it just hits different notes where the Universal Studios Hollywood is very charming in the sense that it is still a complete working studio where they're doing television, music videos, films, everything. And it's still wrapped around trying to run, operation-wise, a theme park. And I still think in time that, I don't know, I still have my eyes on that golf course. I know that they're not willing to do it just yet, but
hopefully.
I think honestly, there's a price for everything. Honestly,
I would agree with you. I think eventually they might give that up. I mean, look, with the Toy Story parking lot over at Disneyland was a strawberry field. I believe it was owned by a Japanese family, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the name of the family, but I believe they were Japanese, and it took a long time for Disney to get it. I mean, it's possible the golf course over at Universal, eventually the owners decide to sell it and make like $9 billion on it. I tell you, if they sold that thing, they could make a mint off of Comcast. I mean, Comcast would be willing to shell it out. You can build a whole park.
Oh yeah, exactly. And honestly, even if it would be $9 billion, that's what they bought it for, they would get that back and then some, because they could build a second park, they could build more hotels. I mean, they can extend the park that they already have. I don't know. As of right now, I could see obviously they won't budge, but we're looking at today's time. You never know what it's going to be like in the future. And especially since the park is going to continue to grow, to the standard that it can. I mean, they're already looking at, moving some stuff around of the back lot anyway to add more theme park space. They're adding more hotels for people to stay. The Olympics is going to be coming soon. And I think honestly, Universal is going to have like the bullseye on it when all these people come, because it already does. To me, when I look at Universal Hollywood, it already has a lot of international travel.
Oh yeah, a lot. And here's the thing, Universal, I think the Olympics mean more to Universal than Disney. Mm-hmm. Disney, yeah, you're going to get some Olympic people going over there to Disneyland for sure. But Universal's right in the middle of where everything is happening with the Olympics. And they're aired on the NBC, like Peacock and, the NBC networks and all that. So it's going to be a bigger deal for Universal. And I think you're going to see a huge, that year with the Olympics, a huge influx of visitation to Universal. It might be one of the biggest years it's ever had. I mean, it sounds like hyperbole, but it wouldn't shock me.
Well, and especially with this roller coaster, it'll actually already be opened. It'll be open for some time. People will get, the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? If we're going to go to the Olympics, let's take a couple days. I got a brand new roller coaster, and who even knows what's going to come in within the next 2 years. I mean, because again, I just recently did on Citrico Central with our buddy Sean, Ranks the Mouse, that, this is the best time to be a theme park enthusiast. And it's like Disney, Universal, they just keep cranking all this stuff out. So who's even to say like what is going to even come after Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift? Like, are they going to do something with Wicked? Are they going to do something Nintendo? Like, the sky's the limit of what can actually happen even before the Olympics come.
Well, we have the contract running out for Simpsons. So, which is actually kind of interesting. Let's talk about that before we head out. Let's talk about that.
And I have to say that while you're bringing that up, and I know because we had this discussion with Theme Park Wizard and Conductor and a bunch of other people, that a lot of people were saying, well, could they fit Dark Universe in that spot with The Simpsons? I can say after being in Dark Universe, they definitely could fit it in there, especially if they just do the Frankenstein Manor and not do the Curse of the Werewolf coaster. It definitely could fit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, this is courtesy of Mr. Theme Park Wizard. It says here, this is new concept art for the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. The fastest coaster at any Universal park is 72 miles an hour. Interesting to note, the Springfield portion of this art looks rather different and generic. Isn't that interesting? Now, we do know the contract is running out. They're not going to renew it. So... Yeah. That's telling, right? Now, here's the thing. With the artwork, did they just make it generic as a placemaker? Or is this indicative of maybe what is actually going to come? Because I agree with Wizard. It does look a little generic, but it also kind of fits in with the Fast and Furious. Maybe they'll just extend the LA theme through Springfield and have like a Fast and Furious area.
They very well could. That's an idea where they may have like a restaurant or a bar kind of like that fits the LA vibe, rather than just have just a Fast and the Furious coaster, but maybe have the whole entire section there just themed to it. That's an idea. I didn't really think of that.
Yeah. And then Giant Peter says that sign still looks to be there. I don't know what sign he's referring to. And then a Wizard commented back saying it does, but don't forget all of Springfield wouldn't be rethemed, just those places showing. But either way, it'll be interesting to watch and see.
Now, they very well could have just like not added Springfield just so because the main focus would be
right
for Fast and Furious. But I do think in time, once that contract expires, yeah, Universal's not going to renew. And especially too, because even right now with all the merch and the stuff that's selling for Simpsons at both Orlando and Hollywood, Disney gets a cut of that.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So yeah, Simpsons is on the way out. It's just a matter of what goes in that spot. And really, in my opinion, it's really nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I enjoy the Moe's Tavern and stuff. We've done a few bar chats on Citrus Coast Central from Moe's Tavern. It's a fun little place, but you can have a different theme and have a cool bar there. I just don't think the Simpsons are a great theme for a theme park. It's a very 2D flat kind of animation style that doesn't really translate well into the real world. It's a great show, and that style works great for a primetime animated show, absolutely, just like Family Guy. But these are not places that are very like interesting that you'd want to go and visit necessarily.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't really work. But great stuff, Universal, keep crushing it. I mean, this coaster looks absolutely insane. The cars look way better than even I was expecting. Beautiful, beautiful work here. So really impressed. So yeah, we don't have to wait too much longer. 2026. It's coming, George. It's coming. Now, before we go, I think we have a birthday.
We do.
I think we have a birthday. Now, for everybody that has watched our channel, okay, right, for the past, I would say almost a year now, or close to. When you watch our videos, you might notice someone at the very end.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already,
The one and only Asian Queen, as she goes by on Instagram. And George and I would like to wish Asian Queen a very, very happy birthday. She is a total baddie, right? Let's be honest. And honestly, I'm really impressed with just how very professional. She works her butt off, and she does a lot of great work. And I respect her a lot. And I just want to say happy birthday. OGZ saying happy birthday. George, any thoughts on the Queen's birthday before we head out of here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, when it's the Queen's birthday, you know, we have to show our love, because the fact that she, you know, is basically the outro for majority every single show that we've done here on Orange Grove 55. So, you know, we got to I would say like within like the last year or so, but yeah, got to show our love. Definitely happy birthday to one of the biggest, baddest baddies. So everyone definitely, like, in the comments down below, definitely show your love. Wish Asian Queen a happy birthday, and
100%.
Many happy more to come.
100%. And it was very cool of her to do that for us, the outro and everything. And that meant a lot. And yeah, so Asian Queen, happy birthday from OGZ and the Italiano. Hope you have an amazing, amazing day. She's a fellow Canadian, just like our buddy Mr. Seymour Duck. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
You know, we have a couple Canadian friends of the channel, so it's pretty awesome. But anyway, George, where can everybody find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me right here on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info. And you could also check me out on my new YouTube channel, Citrico Central, sister channel to Orange Grove 55.
There he is. And speaking of Asian Queen, she's going to send us off right now. Everybody, see you later. Have a great one. And what do you say, George? Stay happy, stay healthy.
Stay. Oh, wait a minute. Just did it again. It's all Universal, baby.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.